Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Daniel at Yes Construction Limited. I will run you through the process of silicone rendering in detail. I will make some valid points about using the product and compare it to traditional sand and cement render. So let's get started. This aluminium trim is called starter trim. It is very important that you always use it, not only because it gives you a leveled starting point, but also to prevent animals penetrating into the polystyrene. Yes, animals. I have seen with my own eyes a wall on a 12-story block of flat with thousands of channels and nests made by mice. The entire wall had to be stripped down and done again only because the contractor didn't use the starter trim. In our case, the polystyrene is only 25mm. On that block of flats, it was 150mm. It was done this thick for insulation purpose. In our case, we don't need insulation as the wall already has 150mm cavity insulation. So why do we use polystyrene and not applying the render directly on the brickwork? Let me explain. This product is very popular in Europe and it is tested in extremely low temperatures. Luckily, the temperatures in the UK are not dropping below -10, but if they did, we would start seeing some interesting reactions on the silicone rendered walls without the polystyrene. And I don't have to go far to show you exactly what I mean. Let's take a walk. The neighbor here had his gym rendered with K-Rent and the site isn't finished yet. Let's take a look. As you see, it is only first coat applied here, and you can clearly see the mortar lines through it. If the temperature would drop below -10, you would see those lines even with the final coat on the wall. So we rather be safe than sorry. Polystyrene is also giving you opportunity to straighten uneven walls, making everything looking really nice. Priming is very important and it needs to be done properly. The brush is best for this part as you can go into every little hole and crack, unlike with the roller. This is the adhesive. We will use it to install the polystyrene onto the wall. The system is made of 7 components: wall primer, adhesive, polystyrene, mesh, another primer, trims, and final silicone coating. There is a different method when using thick polystyrene, and I will upload a separate video on that in the near future. Installing 25mm boards, it's a bit like tiling a bathroom. First we are priming the board with the adhesive, then applying adhesive on the wall using notched trowel, and finally sticking the boards and leveling them with a spirit level. Expanding foam is used to fill between the boards. There isn't much of a gap, but the joint needs to be sealed and the foam is best for this job. Simply push the gun nozzle in between and release some foam slowly. Clean up the excess foam with a rasp and smooth up all the joints. It is time to install angle and stop bits using same adhesive. I will use this moment to quickly mention traditional sand and cement render, and I'll give you my opinion. Is it better than silicone render or not, and why? Silicone render is getting popular in the UK, and it's been very popular in Europe since the late 90s for a reason. It's easy to use, you can wrap your house with insulation if your walls don't have any. It comes in different finishes, smooth, textured, and it doesn't crack. Can be mixed into any color and it doesn't need painting, so only benefits I can see. But is it better than sand and cement? My answer to this is depending on what is the purpose of your render. If your house is very old and the walls are weak and poorly, then metal mesh and sand and cement render is the one to go for. It will strengthen the building and keep it all together. If your reason for rendering is purely cosmetic, then silicone render is the one to go for, without a shadow of a doubt. Next goes the mesh, and again using the same adhesive. Simply apply the adhesive on the wall and dip the mesh in, smooth it up, and the job is done. Overlap the mesh by a minimum of 100 millimeters. Our mesh has the yellow lines on both sides, indicating how much it should be overlapped by. After this stage, we apply another layer of the same adhesive. This time it's all about completely covering the mesh and getting the wall flat, leaving nice surface for the silicone coating. You can't level anything with the final coat, so this step is very important. Go over it twice if you have to. I haven't filmed the priming part, so I'm sorry about that. This is the photo. After the second coat of the adhesive is done and you are happy with the result, you need to let it dry and prime the wall. This primer is mixed in the same color as the finish coat. And now it's time for the final layer, the silicone. We chose rough texture for this extension. Simply apply the material with plastering trowel, and very soon after use plastic trowel and start running over it in a circular motion. This will remove excess material off the wall, and the 1.5 mm stone in the coating will guarantee same thickness everywhere. Wait a few minutes and go back again, repeat the process, this time lightly. In the summer months, you need to be quick, and I would not recommend doing it by yourself. One person should be applying and second person troweling off right behind. all done now. It dries into nice matte finish. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you and see you on the next one. Bye for now.